Hello there, welcome to Phoenix Landing Studio. This is my home studio. I'm located in the top left corner of Alabama, USA. Let's take a tour. Okay, so as soon as you walk in through the front door, you've got John Lennon there on the wall. To the left as you walk in, you've got a couch, some wall art and a TV to watch your movies on. Next to the couch here, we've got a record player and CD player. Just in front of the couch here, we've got a little record collection. So just to the left of the couch, we've got a drum corner. I'm using a maple Gretsch kit right here, all mic'd up, ready to go. Got a small selection of sticks and brushes to choose from. The drummer as well has got their own headphone amplifier. Left of the drums we've got a couple of amps. Also in drum corner we've got acoustic panels and some wall art. The whole studio, on every wall there's at least one acoustic panel somewhere. We've got my painting supplies here because I like to paint. Also as well, you can just about see my pet cactus. I call him Spike. Okay, so to the left of the window we've got another couch, and because we're in Alabama we have to support the team. Some more wall art. So in front of the couch you can have a drink and sit down and watch the TV. To the left of the couch we've got a dog bed. Don't worry, he's hardly ever down here, but just when I'm practicing he likes to come down. Then we've got this guitar rack here. I'll show you what I've got. So going from left to right, we've got a 12-string Takamine semi-acoustic. We've got my good old Jeff Beck Strat from 1993, 94. We've got a pawn shop banjo and a pawn shop PV bass guitar, and they do the job quite well. And lastly, here in the rack we've got a Martin 6-string acoustic guitar. So to the left of the rack we've got my project table. In front of it there is just a Studio 10 Ashdown bass amp. Great little amp for the studio. And like I say, this is my little project table. I've got a few knickknacks on it right now. Housing some of my pedals. There's just a small collection of pedals right there. I'll come around to the front there and I guess you can pause the video and see what's in that little selection there. That's an original Marshall Governor pedal, and an original Line 6 delay, and a 90s Memory Man. So just to the left of the project table we've got some congas and some bongos, an auto harp, belongs to my wife, CD collection, record collection in those boxes. I also have an Epson wireless printer as well. It's great for printing out sheet music or you know, anything off the internet that people may need. Just above the rain stick there I've got my little whiteboard I use for teaching, and I got some more wall art. To the left of the bongos we've got a keyboard, and I also have an 88 MIDI keyboard here for the pianists. There's a stool behind there as well. That keyboard is MIDI'd up to the control room, which I'm going to show you shortly. We've got some more art here. That was a band I was in years back. In the corner here is my PA system. Alright, so to the left of the control room we've got amp corner, and here's just some of the amps I've got right here. Alright, so here's the moment you've been waiting for. Let's go into the control room. Cables everywhere. I've done a little mural in spray paint just on the wall there. Bit of inspiration. So as you walk in to the control room, we've got books and magazines, cleaning products. There's Optimus Prime. He was the John Wayne of my generation. Got my first little recorder mixer I used to use years ago. Made some radio jingles on that. I use these very cheap plastic drawers, and they store basically everything I need. Everything from, let's see here, percussion, and we've got more percussion down there, wires, connectors of every type you can think of, spare parts, everything that is required in the studio, every adapter, cables and things like that you'll need. I've got it in there somewhere. Okay, so to the left of the utility corner, I've got some little percussive things that make interesting noises, glass bottles, coffee jars, etc. I've got a little cheap Vox modeling amp here. It's great for practicing. I wouldn't record with it, but it's great for practice. Next to the bookshelf, we've got all the stands, music stands, speaker stands, mic stands. So turning left, this is the control room. Right now on the vocal mic is a Shure KSM. It's a very clear, crisp and clean mic, KSM 32. Okay, moving along. Here we have the rest of the control room. I sit in the corner here. Just below here, I've got some more guitar pedals. So to the left of the guitar pedals, I've got my baby, my Kiesel guitar in the corner here next to the salt lamp. Then we've got my MIDI keyboard, and on top there is the Behringer DeepMind 6. Great synthesizer, some great sound in there. To the left of the Behringer, I've got my Beyerdynamic 240 headphones. To the left of that, I use the Adam 8 monitors. On top of those are my Fostex monitors that I started out with, and I can switch between the two sets of monitors by this thing. This is a Radial MC3, and you can monitor, you can go between the two sets of monitors. It can actually do 3 sets of monitors, but I've only got 2 pairs right now. And it can also do a sub as well, which I don't use. So I've got some spare headphones, and so this is the desk. We've got Behringer's clone of the MS-20, Arturia little MIDI keyboard, mouse. This stand here is for the iPad that I'm shooting on right now, but if I'm using the iPad in any of the recordings, that's where the iPad sits. Got some spare microphones right there. SM58, another Shure microphone. This is my Warm Audio tube mic. Gorgeous mic. Sounds, it's Sinatra, you know. Anyway, next to that is a Roland vocoder that I've had for a long time. On the desk I use 2 monitors, and I use Cakewalk as my DAW. Underneath the monitors I've got my DI box, Countryman right there, some spare memory, bits and bobs, everything from cable ties to you know, SD cards, picks, cable adapters, lots of little things. Oh, this is interesting. I've got a SC Electronics dynamite stick that gives your dynamic mics a little bit more of an oomph. Here we've got some patch cables for the clone here. Business cards and more adapters. You can thank Apple for that. Every Apple product needs an adapter. I actually run on PC, and I'll show you the PC right now. It's just under the desk, and there she is. If you're wondering what all those wires are, they are connected to, they're all USB connectors going to various things like lights and stuff like that. Also a Apple Pen as well for the iPad. Okay, so down here to the left of the desk is my little rack here. This is actually a desktop rack unit, but I put it on the floor. It's just easier, and I don't have any room on the desk for it. So we'll start from the top. We've got the Focusrite 18i20, which is connected through ADAT into the Focusrite Dynamic. So that gives me 16 channels. Okay, so underneath the Focusrite units, we've got a Behringer. It's a Compressor Pro, a 2-channel compressor, and sometimes I use that for the vocal mic to come in, and so to give it some compression on the way in if I wanted, and otherwise I just go into the Focusrite unit at the top. But if I want that added compression or a gate, that's a great little unit. Works on vocals and guitar. I used to gig with this thing as well back in the day. Underneath that is a Korg. It's a multi-effects unit, so all your choruses, flanges, delays are in there, and great on vocals, but it was mainly aimed for guitar. Underneath that is a TC Electronic multi-effects unit for guitar. All the classic TC effects are in there. Great little units. The things that I use the most are obviously the Focusrite units and the compressor, but occasionally I'll use these. I'll dive into them. On the bottom here is a unit Electra. It's a delay for guitar amps, and so that is the control room in a nutshell. So we'll exit the control room and back into the live room again. Plenty of space in here for bands, and you know, things can be moved around if we're short on space. Got plenty of chairs. And lastly, up this little stairwell here is my little echo chamber. It's actually a landing at the top there, and you can put a mic up there, and you get kind of like a little bit of a reverb or a tiny little slapback echo delay, which you can use as like a room mic for the drums or anything else. Singers, you know, or acoustic guitar sounds really good up there. So it's just another little option. Okay, so that was a quick tour of the Phoenix Landing studio. My name's Michael. I teach acoustic and electric guitar here. I also teach bass, beginner piano, and recording, as well as composition. So it's a nice little home studio for myself and my students. And if you're ever in the area, come drop by and record a song or two. And hope to do this again in the near future. So please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.